Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guide. This is episode number 28 of the first person shooter series, and in this video what we are going to do is we are going to try to fix a couple of problems with our player death system and also make a little animation. Now what I mean by the animation is a blood splash animation that will occur when the enemy damages us, so that we actually know that it is damaging us. We might add an animation for the enemy, but we'll also like to have like a blood splash to tell us. So what I will do, because you are not going to be looking at the health bar all the time, so a blood splash will kind of be a reminder if you ever get damaged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and well, we have got our canvas here already, as you can see. So what we can do is we can add in a UI image here. Now that image is going to be called our blood splash forgot. And what we are going to do is we are going to let it do this weird thing, and okay, we are going to select this and then just go ahead and make sure that it is stretched, which that means that whatever size of our screen is, it will always be like covering the whole screen. What you need to do is you need to make the color kind of reddish, because that's what you want, that's what it looks like. Maybe a little less saturated and a little darker. That seems around right. No, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let's just what you can do now is you can basically create an animation for it. Currently we do not have an animation folder. We are going to add a folder called animations. Open that folder up, just go ahead and right click and create a new animation. For what we are going to do is we are going to actually press Ctrl+6 to bring up the animation window, and we are going to select the blood splash and hit create. And then we are going to just go under animations and then create a new animation and just call it blood splash, and it should automatically create a controller and everything else for it as well. You can see it's done that here. And what we want to do is, you can see currently it's just doing this, not so nice. So what we are going to do is we are going to add in a property here. You can use direct recording if you want, but I'm going to go under property and then add in a color property here. Now in the start the color will be like this, and in the end of the animation we will change the color and make it well, at the start the color actually won't be like this. By default the color is supposed to be completely transparent, so by default the color will be completely transparent. And well, let's make that 0, and now you can see that it's kind of going the end till complete, but of course we want to have the animation be a lot slower. So I'm going to just take this and move these over to something like 20 frames. That's quick enough. And then I'm going to copy the first set of frames, by the way, copy that and then paste it here, and make sure that it is at the correct place, around 40, and this is pretty fast and pretty awesome. So what you're going to do is you're going to select the middle one. I'm going to make sure that the in the middle one the color is not like completely 1, but rather it's like 0.5 or 0.6 or 0.7, let's say. And after that you can see that this animation is looking pretty awesome. And now all we need to do is we need to make it play. Now currently I think it actually might start to come on. We need to make it 0 by default as well. For now I think it might start to play as soon as we start the game. I have not looked at the controller, I don't remember how Unity does it automatically, but let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't start playing automatically, and then we can actually program it to play when we get the damage. We'll do that, but first let it compile, and it has done that now. And yeah, you can see that it is continuously playing. So now we need to program it to play it at the correct point in time, when we actually get damaged. And that actually happens to be amazingly simple. It's as simple as it could be. All you need to do for that is you need to well, make sure that you open up the animation, and you can see that we've got our blood splash animator. When we don't want that, we are going to right click here to create a new empty state, and we are going to make this state dummy, because it does not have any animation on it. It's just a state empty, and we are going to right click and make transition. No, right click and set it layer default state. Now we are going to make a transition to the blood splash state. Not really, we are going to make a transition from the blood splash state to the Debbie state, and make sure that it does it has got like a okay, that it's got a transition duration of 0 and an exit time of 1. or maybe you don't have an exit time. Okay, yeah, it's got an exit time of exactly 1. And what we want to do is we basically want to play the blood splash animation whenever we get damaged. So if I select my player, you can see that we have got a player damage manager here, and you can just double click to open that script up in Visual Studio. And the idea is that we are going to do is we are basically going to make it so that whenever we actually get damage, we are just going to have that as a variable, that blood splash image, and we will play the appropriate animation or on it whenever we get damaged. So once it starts, what we are going to do is you can see we've got a bunch of stuff in here, and this is the enemy class, and what we want is the player damage manager. And you can see that upon taken damage, we are basically going health bar dot full amount is equal to this. Well, we want to do a little bit more now, so we are going to add this here, and for some reason my computer is still working a little slowly. And anyways, after we set that, what we are going to do is we are going to say go ahead and say we are going to have a, of course, animator here, a serialized field, a private animator called animator. Not really animator, we are going to call it blood splash animator. Okay, now we are going to go down here and get our blood splash animator dot play, and we are going to give it a value of blood splash as the argument. Splash, it needs to exactly match, and that's supposed to do it actually. So let's go back under Unity, let it compile again, and hopefully this time it will work like it's supposed to. And what's supposed to happen now? Well, it's going to be really simple. All that's going to happen is that whenever we get damage, the animation will play, and it won't actually play by default because we have got that going into a dummy state that doesn't actually have any animation on it, no motion, just a state. So this is going to work as well as anything. So once it is compiled, just hit play. So anyways, once the game has started, you can see our animation is no longer playing like madly. And what happens? Oh, that's a bit of a problem. I think this is the enemy, but the blood splash animator has not been assigned. You need to select the player and make sure you drag the blood splash animator onto here, and now we can start to hit play again and hope that it works, because we can only hope. And it's still compiling and starts, and once it starts, I hope this will work this time. I think that the enemy is good. I mean, we finished the enemy yesterday, and now it's working, and you can see that it's absolutely fine. Now the problem is currently when you die, you just get destroyed, and that causes a bit of problems, but we'll fix that in the next video, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also share this video with others, and well, bye.